Jenna. Well, it's 9/11. Can you believe it? It's been quite a day. I hope you're all right. History sometimes can be so unkind. And yet, from that awful, dark, evil day of 9/11, so many people were able to come together and find community and a sense of purpose and meaning. And to all the family members who have lost lives there, I know there's so much has passed since then. I mean, this pandemic is no joke. It's almost like what ranks high? I mean, September 11th, COVID, pandemic, protest. Nobody really knows anymore what to do. But I'd like to dedicate this wisest segment to all of the families and the victims and the souls of 9/11. This particular day that changed our lives forever. It changed the world forever. And there's no doubt that we're here to change ourselves, but sometimes trauma definitely does push you a little bit deeper. So let's take this particular time to honor each other, honor ourselves, and to create peace in our hearts and in our world. So there's a real deep sense of awakening happening right now. We're all beginning to feel this urge that when I change, the world will change. Many of us have used tragedy to be a precursor to move us into change. And some of us would rather to use love. Love should be the means of changing our hearts. And in the particular times that we find ourselves in globally, everyone's going through similar emotions, anxiety, fear, uncertainty, mistrust. But there's also an awakening that's taking place. There are people around the world that are going deeper in prayer, deeper in meditation, deeper in charity, deeper in being there for one another. So there's a call that's happening for us all in different ways, in different forms, maybe in a different language. There's something happening inside the soul. It's like it's knocking on the door of your mind, and it says, if you change, the world will change. Are you ready to make your life your message? That through your thoughts, your words, your deeds, something will give? Something incredible will happen? We're at that particular time in life. We're being asked to change. In my spiritual study, we've often understood that all 8 billion of us on the planet, we're souls. Even animals have a soul. That's why I'm vegetarian. I don't want to hurt my little friends with 4 legs or 2. But imagine just for a moment that we are all souls. And as the energy of the soul, it means you can never die. Nobody can cut into you. Nobody can burn you. But your feelings can get hurt. Isn't that interesting? I can never die. Nobody can cut into me. No one can burn me. But my feelings can get hurt as a soul. Fascinating, isn't it? But first and foremost, when we consider ourselves to be souls, I invite you to focus on what is the original innate power of the soul. And it will be peace. When you can actually tell yourself, I am a peaceful soul, you have thrown off so much baggage. So much unwanted ideas and thoughts will just flow right off of you, and it will mean nothing. You'll be like, I don't want any of this. Just by you beginning to recognize who I really am is a peaceful soul. And we're at a particular time that we all need to identify the original nature of the self, not the nature of my gender, my role, my religion, my nationality, my language, not that, but the original nature of the self. And that is of peace. I am a peaceful soul. Can you say it? Try it. I am a peaceful soul. And if you find that you're not able to feel peaceful when you say it, then where should you take your awareness? In the teachings of Raja Yoga meditation, there's a very specific focus on a thought reconnecting, realigning, reawakening to God, the Supreme, as the ocean of peace. And they call it in Hindi Shanti Sagar, where you connect to where the energy or the vibration of peace is bigger than yours. And when you take your attention to that supreme power, where you begin to feel that there's a resonance, there's a memory, that there was once an energy that existed that reminded me of my peace, then that peace starts to flow through you. There is a research done by a Japanese scientist many, many years ago, Dr. Emoto, and he had put specific water crystals down and invited people to have particular thoughts or vibrations, particular thoughts and vibrations over these water crystals. Some were loving, some were happy, some were peaceful, some were angry, some were jealous and critical. And would you believe, based on their thought vibration on those, with those crystals, it changed the formation of the crystal? Why didn't they stay the same? So imagine if I can think of an energy such as the divine, that is the ultimate energy of peace and purity. Imagine the return of the vibration of that energy onto I, the soul. So in meditation and in the teachings of Raj Yoga, there's a very, very big focus on I being a soul at peace, connecting to God, the ocean of peace. Right now, everyone in the world is connected to anxiety and tragedy and fear, what this leader's saying, what's happening, what didn't happen, what should happen. So when we're thinking of something negative or we're thinking of somebody doing something negative, that vibration comes back at us. So if as a soul I can think about God, the Supreme, the ocean of love, the ocean of peace, then that vibration will come back inside of me and it will begin to nurture me. So the kind of self-transformation that we need in this particular age is to reconnect to the Supreme, to the source of light, and begin to feel like the most important thing right now is that I need to deepen my relationship to God. And on a scale from 1 to 10 in a day, how much do you remember this energy with love and affection? You can just keep it in your mind. Don't say it publicly. But how often do you remember God in a day? On a scale from 1 to 10. How often do you remember people in a day? On a scale from 1 to 10. How often do you think about your finances? On a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being the highest, of course. How often do you think about your body? I go back to the first question. How often do you think about God in a day? Scale from 1 to 10. 10 being the highest. Based on how much you are remembering the divine, that's to the extent that you'll be transforming yourself. You'll be moving away from these human tendencies that have become all too normalized for us. And an acronym that I've used for many years, ALGE. A for anger, L for lust, G for greed, A for attachment, E for ego. Everyone's so tired of hearing me mention it, but to tell you the truth, it's why we're in this condition. If we can remove the algae out of people's consciousness, everybody will be good. We wouldn't need an International Day of Peace. We wouldn't be going through all the stuff that we're going through in the world because there's no algae in the consciousness. So in order for us to remove that memory of anger, the memory of lust, the memory of greed, the memory of attachment, the memory of ego, I need to feel love that is so unlimited and so profoundly deep that that love will help me to remove the memory of that vibration. So when we think about the importance of transforming our lives in these times, We're going to apply certain virtues like courage, determination, introspection, purity, honesty, royalty, and we're going to try to find a way to maintain our cheerfulness in the midst of all of it. To be able to really change yourself in these times, they speak volumes about the character that you are, especially if you're changing yourself for the better and you're becoming more generous, more loving, more forgiving, more accepting, more kind, and more pure. The purer you're becoming as a human being in this particular time is a sign that you're changing. Self-transformation is taking place because you're bringing your innocence back. The power of your true nature of the soul, which is purity, it's coming back to you. And the deeper your purity is, the more at peace you'll be with yourself. That means your mind will be okay. Your intentions are pure, your motives are pure, your actions are pure, your vision is pure, your speech is pure, what you listen to is pure. What does purity mean? It doesn't give sorrow to anyone. It doesn't give sorrow, but it doesn't take sorrow either. That's something we all have to work on in these times. Not to give sorrow to anyone, and certainly not to take sorrow from anyone. So in order for us to do that, let's break our attachments and our labels that we walk around with and holding such identities to. Let's let them go. Let go of all those labels and attachments, and let's just become free and be who we really want to be. And that is peace. I want to play a meditation for you. And I want to thank you for allowing me to be here with you today and just holding this moment with you. And whether it's for peace or purity or power or love, let it be that somehow, some way, we'll find a way to change ourselves, to become a better version of ourselves, to become more pure, to become more at peace. So I gift you this special meditation moment, and it's my wish that you enjoy it. And thank you again for having me with you today, and all the very best. Please take care.
Om Shanti. I sit quietly. I turn inwards. I visualize the point of light, the source of energy that I am. I am located in the center of my forehead. I am a being of light. In this awareness, rays of light extend into my physical body, and the light soothes and heals and energizes my entire physical system. The body becomes calm and relaxes. All the tension melts away, and the body becomes quiet and peaceful. now my mind becomes free to go into the depth of the inner being. Already, the speed of my thoughts has slowed down. And now, I choose not to let my thoughts be distracted by the physical body, not to look at the scenes outside, nor to listen to the sounds outside, but to focus on that which is within my own inner being. I can feel peace within myself. I discover I am peace. Peace isn't something outside of me. Peace is within me. I can savor the sweetness of the feeling of peace. Peace is my own natural quality. This is how I used to be. And now that I know this, I am this. And I can be this whenever I choose. In this awareness of peace, the vibrations of peace extend into my entire physical system. And my body returns to a state of harmony, a state of good health. The vibrations of peace spread out into the room, and from this room out into the world. And with every thought of peace, I make a contribution towards peace in the world. Om Shanti.